What's up guys, Anfield here, and welcome to a new subscriber replay review. Today we're looking at Cernovicius. Don't know if that's exactly how to pronounce your name, so I do apologize. In the 62a on Erlenberg Assault. Now, I'm doing this a little bit differently. Usually you play a replay and then I record that replay and then I go off and do something, come back, take the recording, and then watch it and record the audio. This time I'm recording the replay and I'm recording the audio at the same time, so that I can, better control and pause the replay as I need it, so I get the footage that I need. I'll just pause it now. So if you do hear some keyboard clicking and things like that, that's what it is because I'm doing a live recording instead of just like recording it, coming back and watching the video and watching it that way. So yeah, in this battle we've got Cernovicius in his 62a, and it's decent matchmaker. Part of the issue with this game is there's not a lot of hit points, so you're gonna have to be really efficient to farm out of this game. The Kong TC is a bit of a problem, something definitely to keep in mind. You don't really want to be hit by that, but because it's just a one and it's got a long reload, hopefully it's not going to be too much of an issue in this replay. I think I did look at the damage. It was like 2700 and he was like close to the top. But let's see if we can get, or see what decisions may possibly have led to more damage, which is hopefully something we'll be able to find out in this replay. But otherwise, it's not bad matchmaker. He is on attack. Now, on attack, I actually prefer this side of the map. Other than this G1 spot here, I like playing this with my mediums. But his team isn't going over there remotely, really, so it's definitely a good decision at this point to be going over here. You don't want to be alone, and that T54 looks like he's heading over here, and that's not really anything you ever want to do. You never want to be alone on a flank, and that T54 needs to turn around immediately. But instead he'll probably sit over there and then like complain about his team being lemmings, even though pushing one side of this map is the way to play it. He does have some light tanks. They look like they're going over here. Now, I don't know, there isn't really any super great spots to stop and shoot. I mean, you can kind of get to this building, but then you might be stuck there. So it's not unreasonable for him to ignore these. Now, I assume he's going to go to this G1 position. His 260's already headed there. He's got other tanks coming. This position's really nice. So let's see if he... No, maybe not. Okay. I don't know what he's going to do then. The G1 position here is really nice. You get lots of damage on these guys that poke over here. You're safe. There's lots of bushes and things like that to keep you unlit, as well as just easy back down. But instead he's moving up to the castle. Okay. I don't know why he's doing. Maybe it's because he has a lot of allies. Maybe he thinks they're going to push that. Okay, that wasn't really a worthwhile trade. Yeah, this is the problem here. You're going to be trading with, or be out traded with. Obviously your 62a isn't an alpha tank. It's a DPM tank. The other issue with this spot is that it's very artillery vulnerable, so that could be problematic. Obviously, you don't really have any shots here because of the way these buildings are set up. You have to have tanks over here, and that's just not a common position other than that way the 113 is playing. But maybe he's here because he thinks that his team's going to push immediately. But either way, I think it's better to go in the other spot because you still want to be ready for early damage and other things like that. So his T54 is still alone on that flank and is probably going to get wrecked by a bat shot right now. So rip that T54. T10's getting shot up a little bit. T57 is also pushed onto this side. So at this point your gun is really inactive. So I would already consider moving, and that 113 decided not to shoot you. That's quite fortunate, I think. Yeah, so in this case you're not getting any damage, so oh, he is moving. That's good. Okay, so a flex back. It looks like he's gonna go. Is he going to G1 or is no? He's okay. He's going all the way back. So he's gonna go and defend this flank. Obviously, with the T54 gone, there's nothing over there. So he's gonna try and prevent the bat shots. It is gonna be quite difficult because bat shots are gonna have the upper hand here. But as long as he uses the hills correctly and his turret is the only thing exposed, he should be okay. Let's see. So this will be an easy shot. Yep. Let's see if we can get another one. Lead the shot. Lead the shot. Basha going a bit too fast to shoot exactly where he was. So you just need to pay attention here because your team is now pushing. So when your team pushes like this is when you need to be in with the 62a, because there's so much damage when your force decides to actually make a push. You can come in and sweep up and use your DPM. You also won't be targeted as much because obviously you got so many allies around you, and there's also cleanup damage. 62a and other Russian mediums are really good at cleanup damage because of obviously how good the DPM and how accurate the gun is. You can just farm a lot, but unfortunately, obviously you're kind of far away now and you need to leave kind of immediately, but I mean, it's probably not too late to get a little bit something out of it, but oh well. See, now you're kind of stuck here because the bat shots, you can't push in case the bat shots is still there, and you know, obviously you don't want to run into 2 bat shots. You're not going to survive that situation, especially with no allies. There's an M103 though, you could farm the M103. I have to get back obviously because depression problems here. Yeah, your team is cleaning up this. These games aren't great for damage, you know, obviously, you know. Not a lot of hit points in the game, not a lot to slow the game down, so it can be quite difficult to get a decent amount of farm out of this game. What will be critical is seeing if the bat shots get relit anywhere, because then you'll know you're free to push over here. At this point, you could move into the center. There's lots of cover in the center, and there's, you know, a full HP Yag Tiger and some other things over there that you could probably farm quite efficiently. You still have, you know, almost 1,500 hit points, so at this point you do have a little bit that you could bleed getting into a position just so you can farm. You can take snapshots of these guys while they struggle to aim at you. So we're lit there. I don't know if that's just the Grill 15, probably Grill 15 lighting you. Okay, so one bat shot is relit over there, so at this point you can immediately begin to push, because one bat shot over there means that you could hide and duck into cover if needs be. But more than likely both bat shots is flex back, and the reason you might know that is because they're in a platoon, so it's definitely worth the risk to push across, which is what you're doing now. That's good. Not going across the bridge though, you're gonna go the long way around. At this point you want to save as much time as possible, and I would probably just go across the bridge. Your team is wiping them, so obviously you want to get as much out of the game as you can, and there's no point delaying anymore. You know, you know, in another situation you'd want to be safe. Better safe than sorry, but in a case where the game is being wrapped up and your team is wiping them, you definitely want to get ahead of it. But you're at least pushing across now, so you should be able to get something out of this game. The E50 might be farmable. You should be able to come behind the bat shots and be able to farm them from the back as well, hopefully, if they're not in a position to immediately barrel over and rush you. You do have a RU-251, so you can kind of work with him a little bit as well. T10 on your team is not very happy. Move, idiots. 5 minutes left. Okay, so yeah, that bat shot's still over there. E50 just got lit, so you should be able to get some shots in this E50. Okay, that's both bat shots, so yeah, full steam ahead, so to speak. You definitely want to get in a position to farm these guys. So I don't think you've done like a ton of things wrong, but I do think there was at least another 1,000 damage that could have been potentially earned out of this game, if not more. But at least you should be able to get. I guess this is where most of your damage comes at the end of this battle, because you did do 2,700. So I guess it's just on these guys at the end. Ooh, Kong GC. Yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, I think ultimately the G1 position would have been really useful for you. Oh, why are you stopping? Oh, I'm not sure why you stopped there. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I need to lead those shots a little bit more. It can be difficult through the trees to lead shots like that. Let's see if you can get him. There we go. Nice shot. G1 would have been really helpful, I think, in this case. You made the right decision not going east because your team wasn't over there, so that was the correct decision. I just think G1 would have really helped, and also being ready for your team to actually push up the 1-2 line would have allowed you to get quite a lot of cleanup damage. And yeah, but overall, it wasn't a bad replay. You didn't do too badly. But this is kind of the replay I am looking for. Replays that are, you know, kind of mediocre, that could be turned into better replays. And I think those are the key situations that I maybe would have changed and done differently. But otherwise, you know, not too bad there. But big thank you to Sir Novicius. Please correct me on the name. I don't know how to pronounce it. For sending in the replay. I really appreciate it. Give him a big shout out, guys. And yeah, I do have more replays that I have sent in that I think are potential ones I can look at. So you guys, some of you are still sending like 7,000 damage games and other things like that. And there's some other replays that are like good, but they could have been much better. If you know what I mean, like you did like 4,000 damage, but like there actually could have been a lot more done. So there's replays I might pick up as well, even if they have like 6 kills or something, if I think that there's a lot that could be done differently. But yeah, thanks so much for watching the replay, guys, and hopefully I will catch you on the next one.